This is Kreskin, and I'm sharing what's on my mind with you. I've wanted to talk about this for a number of weeks, and I think this is a very appropriate time, especially with all the attention given to His Excellency, the great authority on infectious diseases, and that is Dr. Anthony Fauci. You know, because I kidded about it some weeks ago, but it's not fun now to even joke about, that he had a feeling that we should never shake hands again. He became more serious about it when he made a statement some weeks ago that man should not shake hands ever again. Interestingly enough, since then, on the Today Show, he referred to what he said, and he remarked that he was somewhat serious about this. However, more and more, the suggestion is that I don't know if man should ever shake hands again, and the reason is obvious. As kids, with the flu and what have you, you didn't take someone's hands because you could extend your disease, and many diseases can be extended and picked up by the touching of hands. Except that if he's that serious on the way that this dreaded disease can expand uncontrollably and considers the key, one of the keys, the shaking of hands, then I would expect that he believes the further ramifications of that. I mean, think about that. That in essence means not simply that we should stay 6 feet away, because that doesn't even involve hand contact. It's not that difficult to be prepared to remain that distant from another human being. But it's the ramifications of not touching. Because when we touch, we don't necessarily just touch a person's hands. We touch their body. We pick up a child, which we should never probably do again. If what he says is something he truly believes, we should not pick up someone who's fallen to the ground unless we're checked almost immediately. Obviously, contact sports are going to have to be seriously avoided, including something like wrestling. We can't play cards unless at the end of a card hand we can wash the cards or clean them. Certainly dice, which involves everyone holding them and shaking them, becomes a critical factor. Chess. What about a library? How comfortable are you going to feel? I would almost choke about it going into a library, because I read 4 books a night, and picking in a public library a book. And then, of course, there are other contact activities. Dancing. That would have to end. Oh, the contact doesn't simply end with the hands. It ends with various ways of touching, let alone intimacy. And certainly sex would have to end forever with strangers, and that is forever. I want to make a prediction, and I've given this some very serious thought about Dr. Fauci's warning. I believe his ominous urging for us to stop shaking hands will inevitably be a colossal failure. But don't misunderstand me. He's not going to be forgotten. To the contrary. No, to the contrary, this man who's contributed in many ways to medical research and the study of infectious diseases, he will be remembered for decades, if not centuries to come. But he's going to be remembered for one thing only, as the man who successfully failed to influence human beings to stop shaking hands. I will see you next time, be the good Lord willing.